Hey, you want to hear me talk about political things? Of course you do, it's the internet. What's my main topic today, right now? Prescription drugs. Everybody's going on about, the price of prescription drugs needs to come down, the FDA, that there needs to be plans from the White House and everything else. True. But in order to solve a problem, you must know what the problem is. Now, prescription drugs never used to be so expensive. Wonder why? Well, see, in the most recent years, prescription drug companies have taken it upon themselves to start advertising. Taking out, little 30-second commercials on, during your favorite TV show, or 3-page ads in your favorite magazine. Of course, 2 of those pages are all the warnings and everything about why taking the medication would kill you. And, so this is the reason why your prescription drugs are so costly, is because you're paying for the advertising. Now, it used to be that doctors would, based on their medical knowledge, prescribe drugs for people. But as we all know, doctors get a little something because they push this drug or that drug or whatever. So it's almost a game to where doctors aren't necessarily, using their expertise or their years in medical school to, do their job, which is why they went to medical school. I've had doctors where I went in for something very, very minute and they ended up giving me a prescription. So, and unfortunately, a lot of doctors and hospitals are like, what, you got a cut on your finger? Here's a prescription, go away. And unfortunately it makes it a lot easier for people to milk the system and become pretty much prescription drug pushers. Unfortunately, I have people in my family like that, which shall remain nameless until they break the law again, and I'll probably won't mention them either. Point of the matter I'm trying to get to is, yes, laws do need to be passed. Instead of trying to make everybody pay for your prescription drugs, which is ultimately what certain things in place will do, what needs to happen is cut out the advertisements. Do away with them completely. If you do away with them completely, I guarantee the prices will drop. Now, there's a lot of problems with the FDA as it is. I mean, they will, point blank of the story is, I'm sure there's medications they won't test. A lot of the problem is that they have with prescription drugs coming from other countries, so like Canada, and there was a whole thing about that a few years back, is because, well, it's not FDA approved. Well, if it works, why are you guys sitting on your hands and not testing it? That's the issue. If people are willing to go across the border to get these, test it. Whereas they won't have no problem putting certain products on the market, like, I don't know, like Head On, which is nothing more than a placebo, as long as there's a little phrase saying, this product has not been tested by the FDA and does not, it's not supposed to cure or, any known disease or whatever. There's you've seen it. So they're fine letting, crap like that on our shelves in the grocery store or in the pharmacy or whatever, but they don't want to test things that actually work. And the whole idea boils down to the fact that you can make more money with sick people than you can with healthy people. And there's a whole other issue about healthy food in that as well, that the FDA has a problem with. That there's a problem with the FDA, rather. And that is, poor people can't afford to eat healthy because the food that's terrible for you is cheaper and more easily accessible. Whereas somebody who wants to have, a healthier vegetarian type lifestyle, of course I'm one to talk, I'm built like a Gozerian homunculus, but the issue is that if you want to eat healthy, you've got to have a lot of money. And if you want to be healthy in general, you've got to have a lot of money for doctor's visits, for the prescription drugs you do need, for vitamin supplements for, non, for like, for non-government funded foods, like, the organic foods and stuff like that. What's funny is I saw a carton of milk, organic carton of milk, and it said that we use organic milk or something. The government itself said that there's no difference in the milk, or there's no harm to the cows or something like that with the hormones that they give, and there's no difference in the milk. I beg to differ. I think that if anybody's seen the first Hulk movie that was done, that was all stylized and pretty much everybody wanted to forget it as soon as they saw it. There is something there, though, that I think that actually mimics the whole let's put hormones in food issue, and that is that if, it's not the person who is injected to that gets the benefits, it's who it's passed on to. So, yeah, the animals aren't necessarily affected, or their byproducts, eggs, milk, whatever, aren't necessarily affected or any different from that of an animal who isn't treated with those hormones, but it affects us. It affects the people who eat it. I can guarantee that. I would love to see a test done where you have two identical twins from birth. One gets fed all your government regulated foods, and the other one is fed absolutely nothing but true organic, unchemicalized foods. And I can guarantee the one that eats the organic stuff will be a lot thinner. The exact same foods will be a lot thinner than the other one. That's why, going into another territory here, that's why you see children maturing physically a lot faster than they used to. It's actually kind of sick because the clothing designers, have a field day with it, so they pretty much like, the junior slut collection of clothing, and you get a lot of other things roped in, helping that out with the music business and TV shows and movies and whatnot that are geared towards those age groups. Long story short, if you really want to cut the cost of your medical expenses, your prescription drugs, which is really what I wanted to start off with here, but unfortunately all these other things are related, as you can clearly see. Stop the advertisements. If you really want to push hard on this, call the people who can, or at least claim they can do something about it, and tell them that you want those things to stop. Because yes, I know free enterprise, crap like that, but they never used to have that. You used to be able to go into, your doctor and come out and not have to pay so much. And the reason why you have to pay so much is because you're paying for advertisements for your prescriptions. You look at any TV shows, commercials, and you'll see at least 2 or 3 advertisements for some medication. And what's funny is that they always give you all the positives of what this wonder drug's supposed to do, but then they always tack on. They out of this mountain, this inverse Grand Canyon of information. They give you the tiny little tagline. Oh, you must first consult the doctor. Ask your doctor if this medication is all right with you. But we'll tell you all the. That to me, that's like when you go to the grocery store or any other store for that matter that has a sale and have a sign, and big as a Buick sized letters, they say half off or buy one get one free or X price or whatever, and then in like micro print with coupon or limit X deals or whatever. The important information. See, that's backwards. You should give the important information up front, then you can go and tell all the whatever crap you want to tell. That's why I don't like salesmen. But that's another story, another video for another time. Anyway, I'm done rambling. As you can tell, because I've dealt with issues of the political nature, there are no comments and no voting on this video. It's not allowed, simply because the majority of people who would comment And believe me, I would love to have an actual conversation with people. Unfortunately, 90% of the people either A, result to personal attacks and insults instead of actually bringing up a fact-based opposing viewpoint. So because people don't know how to behave themselves, unfortunately, you would not be able to comment on this video. These are merely my thoughts. However, I believe that they're firmly based in reality. So, I've rambled on long enough. I think you people deserve for me to shut up, so I will do so. I will see you in the next video.